Good morning, Jeff Serber, Operations Chief with the Great Basin Type 1 Team, and it's the morning update for September 9th, 2019. We'll start over on Division Charlie Echo on the Swan Lake Fire, and for Charlie Echo, as you can see, we combined those divisions yesterday. They are working mostly on suppression repair. What we were trending towards more suppression repair than actual suppression work now with the rain we've received, as well as all the good work that was done by the crews. So we have excavators, heavy equipment that goes in there and knocks down trees and keeps the firefighters a little bit safer having equipment do some of that work along the roads rather than having people with chainsaws try to cut trees while there's feeder lodged amongst other down trees. So we're using excavators along the road to work on that. We're also using them to help smooth over dozer lines and repair the damage that was done to the ground and to the duff layer. Put it back as much as we can back to where it was before this got going. We're doing that around the campgrounds at Swan Lake as well as along Division Charlie. So over into Division Kilo, the majority of the work they're doing today, we had about a half an inch of rain over in that area yesterday, so they had trees that fell across their line, and they want to go up in there and make sure that there's no conduit for fire to get across the line, so they'll be cutting those trees out of the line, cleaning it up so that when they walk along the line it's easier. They also have about 4 miles of hose lay up in there that they're not quite ready to pull, but based on the fire conditions, that'll probably start happening in the next few days. In the area of Division Kilo that's south of where the hose lay and hand line is, that they put a lookout up there. They also look at it from the Swan Lake Road. There's a good overlook where they can kind of see if that fire is making any progress. It is not making any moves. There's still smoke there. People can see that fire, some of it from the highway, but it has no factor as far as movement at this point in time. Our structure folks are mostly just, we have a transition going between the Great Basin Team and the Northern Rockies Team today, where we will be leaving and they'll be coming in, and we spend a day pretty much getting them oriented as to what work has been done in the last 3 weeks and what work was done before this team got here, and that'll be the majority of what's happening in structure group today. Is there's a lot of hose out there that's sprinkler systems around houses and all that, and it takes a while to get the new folks that come in oriented as to where all that stuff is. Moving into Division Lima today, they're going to start pulling some of the hose that's on the fire east of the Resurrection Trail. They feel confident from Shaft Creek. They actually pushed a hose lay up into the hard black to the north, as well as the whole section of the fire that stretched from Shaft Creek back into the Resurrection Trail. They're feeling confident enough to start to pull some of that line and have it backhauled either by ATV or by air. If the trail's too muddy and will do too much resource damage, we'll just lift it by air out of there. But that is pretty much the morning update. Thank you. Oh, and the Caribou fire is fully contained. We have no personnel on Caribou any longer. That the last of the personnel were pulled off that fire last night before dark, and it is in a monitor mode. So that means that they'll be monitoring by air and making sure that there's no heat that we missed, basically. We always go back, whether it be on the Swan Lake Fire or Caribou or any fire, we continue to monitor it for several days, up to weeks sometimes, just to make sure there's nothing there that somebody walked by and missed.